In April 1526, the fields of Panipat witnessed a clash that changed the history of the Indian subcontinent. Facing each other were two armies unequal in size and style. Ibrahim Lodi, the Sultan of Delhi, led an enormous force supported by war elephants and thousands of infantry. Opposing him stood Zahir-ud-Din Muhammad Babur, a Central Asian ruler with barely 12,000 troops, but equipped with powerful cannons, matchlock guns, and a modern battle strategy unseen in India. Invited by rebellious nobles of Delhi, Babur entered Hindustan with ambition and confidence. At Panipat, he prepared for a decisive confrontation. Using the Tulugma and Ottoman Wagenburg system, he arranged carts tied with rawhide ropes to form a defensive barrier. Behind these, he positioned his musketeers and artillery, while his cavalry waited silently on the flanks for a swift strike. At dawn on April 21st, Babur's artillery roared. The loud explosions terrified Ibrahim's war elephants, causing chaos in their own lines. Despite his overwhelming numbers, Ibrahim Lodi struggled to break Babur's formation. The Mughal musketeers fired in disciplined volleys, while the cavalry launched sudden flank attacks that gradually dismantled the Lodi army. As the battle intensified, Ibrahim tried to push forward but was surrounded and killed in the field. His massive army collapsed, and the centuries-old Delhi Sultanate fell in a single day. The First Battle of Panipat was more than a victory for Babur. It marked the birth of the Mughal Empire, proving that strategy, discipline, and gunpowder could overturn even the largest traditional armies. In November 1556, the plains of Panipat once again became the stage for a decisive battle that shaped Mughal history. This time, the conflict was between the young Mughal ruler Akbar, represented by his regent Bairam Khan, and the ambitious Hindu general Hemu, also known as Hem Chandra Vikramaditya. Hemu had risen rapidly, defeating the Mughals in several battles and capturing Delhi, where he crowned himself ruler. Hemu commanded a powerful army of nearly 50,000 soldiers and war elephants, confident of crushing the Mughal forces. The Mughal army, though smaller, was well organized and experienced in gunpowder warfare. As the battle began on November 5th, Mughal artillery and archers targeted Hemu's advancing troops. The turning point came unexpectedly when an arrow struck Hemu in the eye, knocking him unconscious, leaderless and confused. His army quickly lost coordination. Sensing the moment, Bairam Khan ordered a full counterattack. The Mughal cavalry charged decisively, breaking Hemu's lines. Hemu was captured, later executed, and his defeat secured Mughal control over Delhi and northern India. The Second Battle of Panipat ensured Akbar's survival as emperor and laid the foundation for one of the most powerful empires in Indian history. In January 1761, the plains of Panipat witnessed one of the bloodiest battles in Indian history, the Third Battle of Panipat. This decisive conflict was fought between the expanding Maratha Empire and the Afghan ruler Ahmad Shah Abdali, also known as Ahmad Shah Durrani. The battle would determine the future balance of power in the Indian subcontinent. The Marathas marched north with a massive army, aiming to establish dominance over Delhi and northern India. However, they were far from home, short of supplies and surrounded by hostile forces. Ahmad Shah Abdali, allied with Rohilla Afghans and the Nawab of Oudh, carefully blocked Maratha supply lines and forced them into a desperate confrontation. On January 14, 1761, the battle began with intense artillery fire. The Marathas fought bravely, launching repeated cavalry charges, but exhaustion and hunger weakened their strength. Abdali's forces used superior tactics, mobile cavalry and disciplined infantry to counter the attacks. As the day progressed, the Maratha lines broke under relentless pressure. By sunset, the battlefield was covered with thousands of dead soldiers. Key Maratha leaders were killed, and their army was almost completely destroyed. Although Ahmad Shah Abdali won the battle, he soon withdrew from India, leaving a power vacuum. The Third Battle of Panipat shattered Maratha ambitions temporarily and weakened traditional Indian powers, indirectly opening the path for British colonial expansion in the years that followed.